Alright. Andrew, a gold 2. Let's see. We got some Land of Learning on the map. We have some draw options. In Take Stock, Mobile App maybe. Foreign Trade. Combat Drone is good, but there's no way of destroying it. Sniper, only particular cases. We'll have to see if he buys cheap actions. Probably double gas here. Don't need money. And makes Take Stock better. Chance of hitting 6 is not that great. Foreign Trade is just a very good all-round card. We have 5. Doubting between Mobile Lab and going Nation into Pickoff, and I want to see what's at tier 3 actually, so let's go for that. Aircraft Carrier, War Innovation. It's alright. I'm a bit in the dark about what he's been doing. Disrupt on Nation. In that case, let's just see what he's about. Double oil. Alright. Screw with his build up a little bit. And one bank could be good. We could be saving some money. Getting us to tier 3. Seven is a bit unfortunate. Not the right number. Mobile Lab is just good action card. Gives us a bit more energy. Hopefully we'll be able to hit 8. Because our tier 2 isn't all that great. Let's start picking off some stuff. This refinery, for example. He's got cleanup crew. Okay, that's good to know. In fact, I think I'll counterfeit that immediately. Really want it. Not sure if I should disrupt something. No. See where he's at. He's got 2 tanks. That's good to know. There we go. We've secured our Land of Learning. Then with 2 tanks incoming, might just want to get some more defense going with Foreign Trade. Bit of a pressure build, it seems. Hopefully we can get a fighter in. It's gonna be a lot better than his tanks. Is that worth it? Or should we now disrupt research and have 7 left? I think let's do that. Let's mess with his turn a little bit and just add 1 cleanup crew. Over time we'll be able to remove more coal. Definitely improves our deck. Do some more. For now it's attack as well. He's got 3 tanks going, so it's 4 tanks. It's a proper tank push. Do we go 2 tanks here and fight back? Or 1 fighter? Then we'll have an awkward amount. We could go for fighter and another cleanup crew. We'll have 3 cleanup crew. It's quite a bit. Could ultimately work with combat drone. Let's go for that. Gives us a lot of attack right now. Definitely disrupting the tanks here. Yeah. He's got like 5 tanks, wow. Now then, I think if we disrupt that, we'll have time to do this. Get some draw going. Pretty good. In fact, clean up some coal. We'll do need some production. And stop the tanks for now. Hopefully we can survive while we rapidly move towards a good deck. Good disrupt. Yeah, he's coming for us, that's for sure. We're handing out support. Let's see now. We definitely need a tank here. And I think maybe mobile lab or pick off. Pick off is not all that great. Not too many targets. Let's add a mobile lab here. Yeah, I was waiting for one of these bad turns. We might get crushed here. He's going all in, that's for sure. If we destroy a coal, we might die because of the lack of production. Let's go for some more draw. Gonna be tricky, this one. That's good. More tanks. Yeah, definitely disrupting tank again. 100% sure. Well, don't think we can actually clean up a coal, can we? It's just too tricky. In fact, I think a gas, a tank, and a disrupt is needed. Do not succumb to the tank rush. Unfortunately, don't want to make my deck worse, but we have to. Good pressure play by Andrew. Luckily, we only have 1 fighter, so disrupt is okay, but try and live here. Hard game. I think an oil and a tank is needed. That gives us room for destroying more coal without getting into production trouble, and it makes use of all our support. Still not too many targets for something like a sniper. Combat drones will be real greedy here. Nah, I think this is the play. Take some pressure off. Hopefully allow us to clean up some more coal. We are handing out a lot of production through our support rather with foreign trade. Hard game. So much pressure. Do we need another tank here? We might. Tank's gonna be back soon. But yeah, I think we do need that. Wow. Getting into the quicksand here. Got 7. Don't think we can. Oof. This is hard. He's forcing us to make our deck a lot worse. Yeah. Okay. It's a proper fight. Into the fatigue we go. Would have loved to bought a combat drone somewhere. Maybe we can squeeze one in to mess up one of his later turns and win that way. This could be it. I think we might do it. Let's give it a go. And then since we're entering fatigue, need more production. It's gonna be really close. Yikes. Good stuff, please. Now then, remove another coal here. Can we actually do that? I think we have to. We'll still have same amount of attack. Less production though, but it is what it is. Hopefully our combat drone will save us in the end. Screw up one of his turns and maybe give us some support we desperately need. Yikes, that was actually terrible. That was actually terrible, wasn't it? Now then. How to use our support. I'm looking at oil, tank, and a disrupt. Probably on his tanks. Let's do it. No tanks on board. That's unfortunate. Running out of options here. All our tanks and gases have been bought. What to do? This might be an infantry here. I think so. All we need to do is not die. At some point his explosives should start hitting. Gas, huh? This could be a good counterfeit late game. Another fighter. There we go. There's one explosive. That messes his turn up, I'd say. Now then. Let's see. More mobile labs. Could be good. More support. All that. Or should we draw some more with take stock? I'm not so sure. Or do we need the production? This might be better in the upcoming turns, so yeah. Exactly. This might help us buy a lot of infantry, use the support, and get better position on the map. Disrupting tank. Alright. Yeah, I think we need to make full use of our support and now see what's the best disrupt here. Is it tank or is it fighter? That's basically the choice. I think he's got that many fighters by now. Mobile Lab is draw 2 here. Might be crucial. Great. That was the other explosive. He's got a Veil. Wow. What's his 5 or 6? That's his Creep and Barrage, right? That's okay. I think it's still rather small. Yet another tank. Wow. It's getting really close here. Wow. We seem to be heading towards our first loss. Or are we? We got 16. It might be a oil, a fighter, and more infantry. Just so we don't die. Squeeze out every bit of attack we can. And then we're bound to have a bad turn, which we can do nothing about. Hopefully he's having a bad turn as well. I think we got a little bit greedy early on. Doesn't matter much right now. Think we might be dead here. He's got so many units on board. Yeah, that's game, right? Yeah, that's our first loss. Well played, Andrew. So we took our first loss due to a solid tank push. So let's try and learn from that. I think there were a few pivotal moments. Mostly it started going wrong somewhere around here because I actually see his tank push coming and still disrupt research. And if you can see how much trouble these tanks are giving me over the coming turns, then we'll know it was a bad disrupt. He bought another one, another tank, and me losing a lot of position on the map. So that was, I think, the first mistake. And again, in one of the later turns of the match, I make a misplay with disrupt, I think. Because I was seeing 6 tanks, 3 fighters, and I was mostly scared of the 3 attack. But what I should have realized was that he's more likely to have tanks in his hands, and in multiples at that. And so the chances of hitting tanks with a disrupt are much greater. And add to that the fact that tanks are much cheaper to buy late game. And we're in like a war of attrition with pretty bad hands overall. So yeah, it should have definitely been a disrupt on the tank. And let's see what happens. I miss the fighter. I have a pretty decent attack still, but look at his next turn. He got the research, fine, explosive, sure. But now that's a new tank. He just bought that. Cleanup crew, tank, another tank, another tank. And I'm down at 1 and I'm losing the game. So I probably made a lot more mistakes. For example, I went tier 2 quite quickly while my cards at tier 2 weren't all that great. And counterfeiting the cleanup crew might have been a little bit ambitious, considering the tank push, and now the cleanup crews ended up being expensive infantry in the end. So yeah, when you're being tank pushed, Don't be a greedy bastard like me and just defend